This is a trading recap video of today's session, October 22nd, 2025. Today was rough. It was a tough day for me. I experienced all the emotions that a day trader normally goes through. It was pretty bad. I took some bad trades, held it into drawdown. Fortunately, I didn't blow any accounts. And I wanted to make this video to kind of go over my thought process since everything is still really fresh to me, and I want to document this because I know a lot of other people out there, a lot of traders out there are experiencing the same thing. How to deal with your emotions, right? And this was my first trade. I traded one micro. This is a Bullnox master account, so payout potential, and I was copy trading about 5 other evals with this one. So this first trade, I just went in with one micro. I wanted to test the waters. I figured since I identified magenta and yellow channels, we were tapering to go up to complete the cup, which we did. And at that point, I also identified teal. So teal was a further confirmation for the bulls. Like at this point, the bulls were strong. I was like, okay, we're good, right? We completed the cup right here. Now all I'm looking for is just my setups, is my A+ setups. I'm take it slow, right? We're dipping back, we're pulling back right now. I'm looking for that inverse heading shoulders for me to enter and go to all-time highs, right? Like NQ's been doing for the past few weeks. But you'll see that wasn't the case today. I got trapped. It was full of emotions, man. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna see here. I was just full of emotions. I was frustrated, especially yesterday not being able to trade because of the AWS outage. And today I was experiencing lag on my platform, on my computer, withdrawing these lines. I was like, it was just very laggy and jittery for me, and it was pissing me off. Especially like right here when market was open, like these are the moments where you're making all your money. And for me to experience that issue and to have FOMO and to be so emotional, like it really got to me, man, right? And so at this point, I saw the cup completed, and now I'm just waiting for a pullback to get in. You have magenta selling, which tapered into yellow channel and then tapered into teal. So you have 3 channels for the bulls, right? I took a starter position right there in this account, and I had 2 other screens, guys, but I didn't record on them obviously because I'm just recording on this screen. And in the other screen, as we dip back right here, I went long on one of my Bullnox master accounts that was pretty much set for a payout. All right. So I waited for price to dip back and then I went long on that account. So you'll see here, right there on that green arrow, I went long in my other account on the other screen, expecting that, hey, that was a head creation. We're going higher, right? And on that account, I was trading one mini. So with this dip down, I was becoming a bit emotional. I'm like, damn, it broke teal support. Okay. That part I got super emotional. I'm like, what the heck's going on? It's, my structures are good. I'm on par with all this. And Q should recover, right? In the other count, like I said, I was trading a mini. So I was losing a lot more money. And unfortunately, as you can see here, the bears came in and they took over. And on the other account, I had to close my trade because I actually DCA'd a lot. And I was down right there. I was down about $2,000. I had to close the trade to save the account. So on my other account, I was down $2,000 at this point, and I was pretty emotional. Thinking like, what the fuck's going on? Right. And so this account that you're seeing right here, I'm just trading micros, so I'm okay holding. I'm okay with my levels. I'm okay holding because I know we're going to retrace. We're gonna pull back, right? I became really frustrated. I was really frustrated, so I had to delete all the channels and redraw them And this is good for me, right? I love these kind of days, even though I hate them. I love them because they make me a better trader, right? What can I do better next time? I made this mistake. What can I do better next time, right? And I think this part was where the market truly showed what it really wanted to do for the rest of the day. I identified this teal channel for the bulls, and we were bouncing off that teal support. And on the higher time frame, I spotted this green horizontal support level that was pretty strong. And in my mind, I was like, if we dip down to green, I was going to add a lot more, right? At this point, I already had 10 micros, which was equivalent to, I think, 1 mini. So I was already in this position kind of heavy, being that we were down so many points already. So I wasn't adding anymore. I knew NQ was going to dance around blue or dance around teal. And you saw me draw right there. I was like, if price came down to green, I was going to add for the move up. At this point, I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm like, I need another strong move down for me to add, but it never happened. NQ never gave me that, and I was like, whatever. And I became a bit more hopeful right here as we're grinding up, right? Okay, maybe I can save this trade. See that inverse head and shoulders, grab all that liquidity. I put my profit target right there. But this was just too emotional for me, right? Because I sat through that drawdown for such a long amount of time. Like, what is it, half an hour? Half an hour trade. And as we came up and we were in profit, I had to close that trade. I made $192 in 6 accounts. I'm like, I'm done with that account. Now I had to take a walk after this because I was so emotional. And I switched. As you can see now, guys, this is the account I was telling you before. I was down $2,000 because I traded minis. And I mean, I follow my rules. I traded at support level, but I DCA'd too much. And then I got liquidated. So I came back from my break. I cleaned up the chart, redrew the algos. Blue was still, hindsight to me, blue is still there. This is something I need to work on because I'm not the greatest when it comes to shorting the market. I don't like shorting the market because NQ likes to fake it out all the time. This is why I don't like shorting NQ, because for me it's like as we dip down, we break blue right here. NQ always likes to whip back up. This is why I don't like shorting, and I'm always just looking for the long side. But yeah, today was really emotional, guys. I mean, one of the most emotional days I've ever encountered, honestly. But in a sense, I was proud of the way I managed to trade. In the past, I would always just continue to add and add and add, and I'm just thinking like, why am I adding right now? I'm just adding because I'm emotional, right? But nowadays, like I look at the higher time frame on the other monitor that I have, and I'm like, where's a good support level on the higher time frame? I'll aim for that. If price come, I'll let price dip down. I'll let price dance around, come back down to my support level on the higher time frame, and that's where I'll add. And that's what I've been doing to be able to save these accounts. Like right here, no trade. I was frustrated, redrew the algos. I saw this yellow channel, and I'm like, come back down to yellow support. I'll buy into that. Right? There's buyers right there. And these were quick scalps, guys. I mean, 10, 15, 20, 30 points. This trade, I was a bit too early. I was actually kind of pissed off at myself. I'm like, damn, I'm not learning anything because because I'm entering in too soon. I need to enter in the yellow support level. But fortunately, this trade worked out for me. This is everything that a day trader goes through. I mean, you can make a lot of money one day, and then the next day, if you're not disciplined, you can lose it all, right? And actually, like, as crazy as it sounds, like, I love it. You gotta be the right person for. I think there's a right person for the market. This is why the success rate is so low with day trading. It's because most people can't handle the emotions, right? On days like this, a lot of people go tilt, meaning they lose their account. They lose their accounts. They blow up their accounts. They lose so much money. You know, they were on a streak for the past few weeks of being green and, you know, everything looking good, but then it just takes one day like today to blow up all those gains. You have to be aware. You have to be, you know, aware of your surroundings and aware of what this is. You see here, guys, I continue to erase and redraw, right? Things become clear as I do that. When I first started, I had that deer in the headlight look all the time. When price was going against me, I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck should I do? But now it's like you have to be proactive, right? If you're not seeing things clearly, erase the whole chart and redraw. And right here, I had to take a break. Right here, actually, before I went for a walk, I thought to myself, like, I would short right here. If I want to take a trade, I would short right here, because we were at the Head and Shoulders creation. You got green channel tapering into orange channel, tapering into the most important channel of the day, which is a blue channel. If you guys look right there, blue has been making all the money today. As it broke blue. Like, it violently broke blue support. And that created the money-making machine, or the money-making channel, which is magenta. I just didn't draw it right here, but I'm not good at shorting, and I hate shorting. I hate shorting the market, because in the past I always just get whipped, and price action would just go straight up, and I blow my accounts. At this point, guys, I came back from my break and I was just laser focused. I'm like, I'm not going to FOMO. I'm going to follow my rules. Okay, I'm going to go long at support levels, and that's it. I'm just going to be patient until price comes. You see how price dances like that? I'm going to be patient for price to come down to my level and then enter. This is important, guys. Like, this is what every day trader goes through. I wish I could have recorded this live, recorded the audio and my thought process live, but I couldn't because I was working from home and my son, he's just really loud. I didn't want any distractions. So I really wanted to, I really just wanted to focus on trading and then do this analysis afterwards. But you see here, guys, magenta is coming back. It's taking over. Now we're selling a magenta channel. And right here in my mind, I'm thinking like I should go short right here. We just broke orange support level and blue support level, and we're still magenta. We're definitely gonna break blue, right? But then my mindset, just like that, was thinking, okay, I'll wait for that dip down to yellow and I'll go long. These are the days where when traders say like trend is your friend, like, it makes sense. You know, as I look at it, hindsight, look at all those Head and Shoulders formation. Look at that. This moment was actually when Trump made news about the tariffs or something, and the market didn't like that. So it dumped. And luckily I was right on my computer. I was right on my mouse. And when movements happen like that super fast, I like to go the opposite direction. That's when I make a lot of money, right? So during that little session right there, I scalped a few $100s off of that, going long, because people were chasing shorts. And like I said, this is why I don't like shorting, right? Imagine if I short right there, I would have blew this account. Anyways, now that we moved back up in such a strong force, it gave me more conviction to scalp longs. So at this point, I was scalping. I think you're going to see here shortly. I'm going to go long here, right there, right? Made that profit. I was like, I know price is just going to bounce off that teal level because we had such a strong recovery right there. I see the formation of the inverse head and shoulders. You gotta be comfortable with taking risk as a day trader. Okay, you gotta be comfortable with accepting the risk that you're taking, guys. And just like your personal life, are you a risk taker? If you're not, if you have a lot of mental problems and you're not comfortable taking a lot of risk and you just like to be comfortable, like, brother, I don't recommend you to come to the market. This is just gonna ruin you even more. A lot of people, they see the money, but they don't see like the struggle that it takes to be profitable in this game. This is where all the most intelligent people gather together and they just take each other's money here, guys. Day trading is not something that I recommend for everyone. I personally think that you have to have it in you. You have to have this kind of hunger and drive in you to be able to be successful in this game, because most people, this is why the statistics show like most people fail at day trading, and this is why most people think it's gambling. And for me, like, I love that because the challenge, it inspires me a lot. It's like, wow, only 5%, 1% of people make it in day trading. Like, what if I can be that 1%? Like, I've always had that thought process in my life and whatever I did. It's not to say like I compare myself to others, because trading is not a competition. Trading is a very lonely journey. It really is. It is you versus you, guys. You come to the market, there's no one to compete against, guys. We're all here because we want financial freedom. We're all here because we want to make money, right? At the end of the day, that's all we want to do. And for those that are really good at this, they fall in love with the process. And that's what you got to do. Like what I talked about in my trading psychology video. You got to come here, you got to love day trading. You got to have a hunger. You got to love what you're doing here, man. Because if you don't love what you're doing here, you're not going to make it. On days like this are where people quit. Days like this are where people blow up all their fucking accounts that they've been working so hard for the past few months, right? Just to pass an evaluation. And I'm talking about futures prop firms. Just to pass an evaluation, or just to make, a few $100s or a few dollars a day to feed their families and stuff. And for days like this to happen where it just liquidates the market. Like, people get trapped. People lose their life savings. People lose so much money. And you got to sit down, you got to ask yourself, like, what is my why? Why am I doing this? It's deeper than you can think, guys. Like, I'm telling you, trading is a direct reflection on your personal life. If you're not disciplined in your personal life, if you don't do the things that you say you're going to do, okay, you're never going to make it. If you continue to hang out with these people that are not good for you, and they're not good for you, they're talking shit about you, if you continue to go back to that crowd, what does that say about you, man? And I hope a lot of these videos I make like actually reach out to some of you, because I'm telling you this because I was once that guy. I was once that guy where I thought, maybe I'm not good enough for this. Maybe I'm not built for this, right? No, brother. You just gotta change the way you think about things. You gotta change your environment. You gotta change the people you've been hanging out with, dude. As you can see here on my charts, right? I'm slowly making up this loss. I'm slowly just regathering myself together, regaining my composure. I lost a lot this morning. I was down $2,000. And I'm doing my best to not focus on the past, but to focus on what's in front of me right now. What can I do right now, right? I need to revive this account. That is my goal for the rest of the day, for the rest of the session. If I don't see a trade, I'm not going to take it. But trading has a direct correlation to one's personal life, right? It's just like that saying where they say, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So I know I'm going kind of deep, but it's necessary, man. It's real. Like, I've went through a lot in life, guys. I know this is a new YouTube channel, and for me, like, I just want to use this channel as me just expressing myself, because this is who I truly am, and for, I know a lot of you don't really know me and what I've been through, but like, you can see, like, you're gonna see, if you stick along, the journey of what it really took to get here, and how I analyze, and how I'm able to control my emotions, and how I'm able to get myself out of a bad situation. It's because I've had experience doing that in my personal life, guys. And some of you come to the market with so many insecurities and thinking that, oh my God, I'm gonna land like a 5K trade or something like that. Yeah, you may get lucky, but in the long run, if you want to do this long term, you want to do this to provide for your family, for your wife and your kids, or your husband, your kids. Like, no, it goes deeper than that, brother. You see right here, I went long on the retracement, right? Strong break of blue resistance, come back to make a support, and I made back a good amount. At this point, I knew we were getting late in the day, and I wasn't willing to take much trades anymore. And for my thought process right now, I'm thinking like, dude, I'm good. I'm down $400, $500, but I'm good, right? I'll come back tomorrow, man. Right there, I scalped another $100, $200, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm good. I'll come back tomorrow. Because I know for the rest of the day, we were just going to chop. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to go anywhere. NQ has made all its moves that it wanted to do in the morning. And so I was just kind of like, I didn't care anymore. At this point, I was doing other things. Maybe I think I spotted one more trade. But overall, the bigger picture, like, NQ made all its move, It did what it wanted. It did all the damage it wanted to do early morning. So for the rest of the day, it was probably just going to chop. But yeah, on days like this, you got to reflect. You got to journal your trades. You have to think about your thought process of why you entered that trade, and why you took profit and why you didn't take profit. Because all those minor details adds up, guys. Trust me, it adds up. This is how I've been able to be consistent, with just 3 years. And I know I say 3 years, but it's actually a little less than 3 years. It's like 2.5 years of day trading, right? And like I said, I'm not here to be a guru or claim that I'm the best day trader on YouTube, or this is not advice, this is not financial advice or anything like that. I'm just documenting my process as a day trader. I want people to win. I want you guys to come in the market and know who you are and make as much money as you can so you can provide for your families. Deep down, that's what I want, right? And the more people, like I said, trading is so completely opposite from the traditional thing that we were built to think about, right? And so this is where I actually called it. I was like, I'm done. We're just gonna chop around. This is it, right? Done for the day. Green in most accounts. I was green in most accounts. You know, I took this loss of $250, but for me that's a win, right? Coming from $2,000 in the red, and being able to, for the rest of the day, to come back and to make most of that back, like for me that's a win. That's a break-even trade, right? This is what trading takes, guys. Like you show up to the market every day, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you have to learn to control your emotions, learn to just analyze the market, think about why you're taking trades, really think about it. Right? If I entered here, will I have room to add if we go down more, right? Is there a bigger support level down there? That's always on my mind. So I hope this video helps. I really wanted to, in future videos, I want to go more in depth of the thought process, but I hope this helps because I know a lot of us are struggling. You know, there's a lot of traders, a lot of my buddies in the trading community today, they blew all their accounts. It's frustrating. They blew all their accounts, right? They disregarded all their rules, blew all their damn accounts. And for what? For just one session, right? I could have stopped, but for me, like when I take a break and I gather myself together, I'm good. You know, you have to figure out what works for you. Figure out what works for you, come to the market and capitalize on that and move on with life. That's it. So this was today's session. This was probably one of the most important sessions so far that I recorded, just because, like I said, I focus more on my red days, on the days where I don't perform the best, you know, because I don't care about the days I'm winning. Whatever, man, that's just ego. That's just flaunting. That's just showing off. But days like this where I'm struggling, where damn, I want to record myself so I can go back to this video and remember this feeling, because I don't want to do this to myself anymore, because I want to be better, a better person, a better day trader, right? So I'll see you guys in the other videos, man. Thanks for sticking in this long. I know this is a long video, but I think it was necessary, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. So I'll see you later.